Gas is the popular model. I don't know who else makes vacuum pumps. I'm sure there are other people. But gas makes the model of vacuum pumps. This vacuum pump that Bob has here is a gas pump, I assume. And the pumps are measured along the lines of CFMs, the cubic feet per minute it'll evacuate. And they go anywhere from a 0.6 to a, 5 CFMs like that. Basically what it'll do is it'll evacuate the air faster than, a lower number will take longer than a higher number. And the only place you really use that in is if you've got a big vacuum bag that you're using, okay? Now, Charlie Morehouse, we brought one of these on eBay. eBay was selling them, and fortunately, I guess it's pretty much the same model that we brought here, and we paid about $140, and it was like $50 to ship it. Of course, on eBay, you always take a chance on what you're getting, Sometimes they'll guarantee it, sometimes they say as is, But this particular motor that I got is, I was in a printing shop, and I said to the guy, I just was getting involved with vacuum motors, and I said to the guy, "Do you guys use vacuum motors?" And he says, "Yes, we do." It sort of lifts the paper up or holds the paper. I don't know exactly what it does. So the guy says, "I got one. You want it?" And I said, "Sure. I'll take it like that." This thing, when I use it with vacuum veneering, it continuously runs. And it holds a vacuum. I can tell how much vacuum I have by the gauge here. Normally when you're vacuum veneering, you want at least 20 pounds, 20. But if you got a tight seal on this, you're going to get 24, 25 pounds like that, which is inadequate for doing it. I shouldn't say pounds, 20 inches of mercury like that. Now, machines like this can be brought in motor stores. Sometimes motor stores will have something around, and as long as they'll pretty much say yes, it works and everything like that. The one thing with this you really want to be careful with, it should have a filter on it, okay? Because basically what you have is you have a vacuum cleaner here picking up any dust on your wood and everything like that, and there's veins that move up and down. Is that right? Is Bob here? Okay, Bob, is it right? It's veins that, centrifugal force moves these veins up and down as it turns, and it sucks in the air. So if you don't have a filter, which I don't seem to have one on here, but I do use it, that it's best to put a filter on. And I think even the filter that you use in a car, car filter, gas filter, or something like that, will do the job. Also, some of the commercial outfits that sell vacuum presses and everything like that will have it. What I think it's an amazing thing to use, and if you buy a $1,000 saw, you might as well spend $100, $150 on a vacuum pump, because you can do so many things with it. You can take a piece like this, where you have a piece of plastic. Some of the vacuum manufacturers sell these little fittings in there that you drill a certain size hole and you push it in. It's sort of self-sealing. You can put a little glue around it to do it like that. You can put this in your vise, you put your piece on top of it, and you work it. You work it with the router, you work it with the sander, and you work it with finishing too. Because, like for example, this one over here that I made, and it's it's a little bit cruel, but I had a round counter that was 24 inches in diameter. So I put this in my vise, pulled a vacuum on it like that, and I was able to do all the finishing all around it without no problems. I was able to attack it from all sides. And I don't know, I guess there's people who do finishing more professionally than I am, are able to do things, but me, it's always a problem with things going underneath and everything like that, and trying to lift it up and getting your fingers wet and everything like that. It holds a vacuum, and it's tough to tear apart. So I use this type of tape as a gasket to do here. Sometimes there's an experimental thing where your sides might not seal, and you can always reinforce it like that. And this could be any particular size that you want. You see here, I just put screws to hold a little piece of wood in the bottom so it can go into the clamp and can go any place like that. When I do vacuum veneering, there's times when I leave this thing on overnight, you know, and it just runs. It just continuously runs. I guess it's, Bob, again, it's graphite, the little veins in there, which is self-lubricating. Yeah, yeah. So you generally don't have any problem with it like that. But like I say, you can go into a motor shop. If you find that when you're using this that you're not getting a good vacuum, you should really look at your seals to make sure that they're tight. And that's about all I have to say. The vacuum veneering is pretty much like the fellow showed you last month, you know, using a bag and evacuating the air in it. And basically what the vacuuming does, it puts pressure on whatever you're veneering until it dries. It's just like if you had clamps and you clamp the whole thing on. There's nothing doing anything magical in there, and that's my talk.